Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Lisa Lashendro. I am with Insurance Agency Marketing Services, also known as the IAMS family. I'm one of the annuity sales directors here at IAMS. Been here for several years now. Love working for this company, and I have the pleasure of having Tia Stanley that I've been able to work with for a few years here as well. She is amazing with her marketing talent and amazing when it comes to finding solutions. And she is with F&G. So, Tia, if you want to say hi to everybody, welcome aboard.
Hey, good morning.
So, we are going to try to end this webinar a few minutes early today due to scheduling. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I see that we have a few folks on here, and I do not recognize your names. So, for you that this is your first webinar with IAMS, welcome. I am excited to get to know you and chat with you and learn about your business. Um, and then I see a few folks here that is just part of the IAMS family, already contracted with us and join the partnership. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started so you can hear the goods from our expert, Tia Stanley. When you are contracted with IAMS, the first 6 months, Steve Murray and the executive staff want to make sure that you are aware of how much we appreciate you giving us a shot. And we do that by giving you a new producer builder's bonus. So whatever production that you write with us in the first 6 months puts you at one of these levels. Obviously, we'll do way over $1 million if that's what you do. I mean, it just gets sweeter as the premium comes in. But these are just examples of some of the things that we're gonna get back with you on. Some folks just want you, maybe it's $750 in cash. We can cut you a check. Some are more interested in marketing, and that's really where IAMS specializes in, is we customize our marketing to the advisor or to the producer. And that's what sets us apart from all of our competition out there. Instead of just throwing whatever against the wall and see what sticks and wasting all sorts of time and marketing dollars, we like to really customize it to see what's going to fit for you and your business. If you have any questions on any of this, because I am going to go over these pretty quickly so we can get to Tia, just jot it down, shoot me an email, give me a call after this. I'd be happy to go over any of it with you. Also, there is no better compliment in our industry other than a referral. You love referrals. A lot of our agents base their business and production on referrals. We love them too, but IAMS is going to show you our appreciation for that referral, and we're going to write you a check quarterly for an override on that business, depending on the type of business it is, whether it's MIGA, SPL, Life, Index. You can see here where those percentages would be. One thing I want to point out there is that this does not cut a penny off of that referrals commission. This is a check written by IAMS to you every quarter to thank you for that referral, because without you, we wouldn't be having that partnership with that person. So thanks so much for those referrals. If you have somebody in mind, jot their name down now, shoot it over to me, and we'll get you rolling on that program. For those of you that are already working with us, you can agree that our back office support is top notch in the industry. It's a big reason why people don't leave IAMS, because we literally focus on doing all the back office work for you, whether that's case design, whether that's helping maintain your website, whether it's our creative team, whether it's new business. I mean, new business is a big part of that because you don't have to do any of that follow up with the carriers. We're going to take care of all that for you. There are some carriers that have a rather slow processing time, not F&G, they're on top of it, but others are. And, instead of you sitting on the phone for an hour, let us do that for you, because our goal is for you to be talking to people. That's what you do best. You don't need to be doing the admin stuff. So let us do that for you, and you get out there and do what you do best. So if you have any questions on our back office support, just give me a holler. Obviously, I encourage everybody to go onto our website. Here it is. Put it in your browser, save it right now if you can. And that website is www.imsinc.com. Here, I'm going to get into Firelight, and I'm going to have Tia chime in on how Firelight and e-apps are extremely important to have access to. But here you can access quoting tools, industry links. There's a plethora of sales resource materials. All of our webinars are recorded, so you can access this webinar if you miss it, go into training and see webinars. So if you ever want us to give you a tour of our website, definitely let me know. And on the website, once you're contracted with us, you do have access to one of the leading e-app programs in our industry called Firelight. Firelight, we have, as you can see, we've got F&G as one of our primary carriers there. And here is where you're going to cut a lot of time, both for you, both for the, save you from going back to the client and getting that app processed a lot faster, better, having the correct forms, and then you get paid your commission a lot faster too. And Tia, I'd like you to chime in if you wouldn't mind and kind of give your 2 cents on e-apps.
Oh, for sure. For me, Lisa, the thing that I really want to highlight is going to be the time saver. And so when I think of e-app, honestly, if I were to visualize it, the bumper guards that you can have put up in bowling, to like help you stay in the lane. Honestly, e-app is the bumper guards. It's kind of the safe way to make sure that your IGO, meaning in good order, as much as you possibly can be before IAMS or before the carrier receives that application. And it's really just setting yourself up for success. And that's why I'm a big fan of it.
Absolutely. Now, I talk to agents every day that are just, set in stone that they have to do a paper app because they're scared of the technology. I literally just walked a 91-year-old through Firelight, and he successfully submitted an app. And he's like, where's this been my whole life? 91 years old. If I can walk him through it, challenge me. I can walk you through it too. So just throwing that out there. Happy to do it. We're all happy to do it because in the long run, it's really going to save you time and look a lot more professional for your client as well. I just want to mention our creative marketing solutions. I barely mentioned them earlier when we were talking about back office support. These guys are in-house. We don't contract this stuff out. So if you had a question about your website, or we did, revamped your logo or something, I can literally transfer you over to Jacob or Julie or any of our experts over there, and they can assist you with any of that, digital marketing or anything that you're looking to customize. That's what we have our creative marketing solutions for. Here, I'm going to go ahead and start a poll while I talk about IAMS Wealth Management. IAMS Wealth Management actually kind of holds a special place in my heart because back when I was an agent, and prior to me having my securities license, I had to bring somebody in order to write the security part of the business. And that means that agent also was written up on all my fixed business as well, life apps, annuity apps. And that was business he didn't really need to be on. I could do that myself. Well, IAMS Wealth Management offers you a resource to where you are able to have them help you. If you're not registered, you don't want to get registered, you have the control to keep that client in your own backyard. So the cool thing is, and I think this says everything about IAMS and everything about IAMS management, is that if you did decide to go get your 65 or get registered, first off, IAMS will help you with that. Second off, once you get registered and have your license, we'll transfer that client right back to you. Who does that? Absolutely no one. So I think that tells the story right there of the type of people that you're working with here at IAMS. We're really in it to win it for you. We also have, IAMS Wealth Management. If you are registered and want to go on that side, you get the same service, the same back office support. They include all the compliance stuff and all, you don't have to lift a finger on that. We take care of that for you. So if you are interested to learn anything more than what I've discussed, or interested in learning more, please be sure to check yes here. And Duncan Smith, my buddy Duncan, would be contacting you, and he is awesome at answering any questions. He'll shoot you straight, see if this is a good fit for you or not. I'm going to close that poll. Thanks everybody for participating there. And Tiya, I think this is a record time for me. I really do.
I'm doing a standing ovation.
I apologize to you to you folks out there that, I went over this a little quickly, but I really wanted to make sure that we gave Tiya the floor and enough time to go over some of the products that they have there. They're revamping some things. F&G is extremely competitive right now. If you pull them up on Annuity Rate Watch, you're going to see them at the top. So I really want to make sure that we're educating all you on what's happening there. With that, Tiya, are you ready for me to share my screen or your screen?
Absolutely. Yes. Ready to go.
Right. So it should be popping up here. And then if you have any questions, guys, feel free to put those in the question box. If I feel like it's something that, we've got some time to answer, I'll let Tiya know. Otherwise, be rest assured that I'm going to get with you after this and we can answer those questions as well.
Awesome.
With that, I'm going to hand it off to my girl, Tiya.
Oh, my sister from another mister. That's right. Okay, so first things first, do you see my purple F&G slide?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Half the battle has been won. Hey, everyone tuning in. Good morning, Lisa. Thank you so much for handing it over to me. It's always amazing to do webinars with you. My goodness, how many have we done together? And it's exciting to be able to be in front of everyone to go over how competitive Fidelity and Guarantee is. So with that, let me go ahead and kick things off by introducing you to the team that takes the best care of IAMS. So my name is Tiya Stanley, and I am National Account VP for F&G, and I'm also on the board of directors for NAFA, the National Association for Fixed Annuities. And my family member, my team member, my senior internal wholesaler, David Downing, he's absolutely incredible. If I can use a phrase from the Olympics, I would say we are the dream team. And for us, the thing that we want to do not only is take really good care of IAMS, but we're going to want to take really good care of you guys too. And you're going to see us from an educational standpoint and from in front of you, much like this webinar today. So again, if you see my name, my face, if you see David's name, David's face, just know that we're going to make the best use of your time. We're going to bring you amazing content, and we're going to be really efficient too. So with that, I'm going to be pretty blunt by telling you, F&G wants your business. We absolutely do. And we know in order to do that, we have to be really great in service. And we also have to be incredibly competitive when it comes to the landscape. There's so much out there, you all. And that's why you use IAMS, for them to consolidate down all the noise, for them to tell you, okay, here's who's at the top of the list when it comes to accumulation, when it comes to guaranteed lifetime income. And it's exciting to know that IAMS is going to talk about us. So I wanted to share with you some updates that we've made really quickly, and then I'm going to get into some details here. So first and foremost, wanted to tell you all, if you weren't aware, that we had both a fixed indexed annuity and a MIGA rate increase effective this Monday, October 24th. And I know, like, wowee or yowzers, I don't know if those are appropriate ways to describe our MIGA rates right now, but I just did it, okay? So for our 3-year, we're at 4.5, our 5-year, we're at 5.2, and our 7-year, we're at 5.4. So if you are having that, oh, by the way, conversation with your clients about any CDs that they currently have or any MIGAs that are coming due, my goodness, you're going to want to look at us. when it comes to those MIGAs. But besides strong MIGA rates, my gosh, we're much more than that. When it comes to fixed indexed annuities and any accumulation play, we're going to be at the top of the list for rates. And also when it comes to living benefits. So our Safe Income Advantage, we're at the top of market for guaranteed lifetime income. And I'm going to go over that in my next slides here. And I wanted to close out my presentation today by going over a great accumulation play we have, which is Performance Pro. So effective last Friday, October 21st, we reduced that fee by 90%. This also has a 15% bonus to the accumulation value, and a nice bell and whistle that we have would be income and impairment protection on that product. So I'm going to give you a side-by-side comparison when you're thinking about business that you've done this year and products that you've used that have a bonus to the cash value, where you can think about us and perhaps not using those products anymore and really trying F&G on for size for any of those cases that you have that you're looking for a bonus. Okay, so those are the changes that we've had recently. So we're wanting your business. We're incredibly competitive and we're winning. And it's one thing for me to tell you that. It's one thing for me to say it. It's another thing for me to show you, which is what I'm about to do. So I had highlighted we're top of market for Safe Income Advantage. And let me go ahead and pull up the cell of how. So you're going to see very quickly that we're going up against 5 key competitors for guaranteed lifetime income. And I'm sure when you're taking a look at this apples to apples comparison, you're looking at the bonus, you're looking at the roll up, you're looking at the fee, and you're probably thinking, you know what, I know exactly what products you're mentioning, even though we're just saying company A, B, C, D, and E. But take a look at that chart. It's lit up in green. And that's because for deferral years and for issue ages, and when you're wanting to flip on that income, we win across the board. And so us making this change to Safe Income Advantage, we wanted to make sure that we did it right. And so clearly lighting those cells up in green, we absolutely win. There's no doubt about that. Just out of the gate, want to let you know, we're not playing. We're actually here in the Midwest, right? Just like IAMS. So when I say that we made these changes, to our competitors, and we're like, you know what, hold my corn and watch this. That's right, I said it. We really did just that. We wanted to make sure the changes that we made to Safe Income Advantage, we wanted to do it right. So before I get into the product details of Safe Income Advantage, I also wanted to give you guys a sneak peek for Fidelity and Guarantee. And so I'm not sure with the ones tuning in, if you're currently licensed with us or not. If you're not, you're going to want to be a part of the F&G family, I can tell you this, because when it comes to mind share and market share, we're towards the top of the list here. And I wanted to go into a little bit of that history with F&G. So if you're just to take a look at 2022 and those top 10 FIA carriers for Q1 across the board, so we're talking about the different channels like IMO, bank, broker-dealer, national, career, taking a look at all of those channels put together, F&G is going to be number 5 for bringing in that fixed indexed annuity business. But if we actually slim it down to this channel that we're currently in, you working with IAMS, okay, so for fixed indexed annuities, what does F&G look like when it comes to market share? You guys were number 3. Take a look at those companies that you see on the screen here. I know you recognize all those names, and I'm sure you're probably pretty surprised to see F&G as number 3 when it comes to that. But you know what? Besides market share, F&G's a lot bigger than that because we just ranked number 2 in overall customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates. So besides market share, Lisa had kind of hinted about this in her intro. You guys are needing great service. You're not needing just C service or B service. When you're looking to partner with a carrier, you want to partner with someone that can issue your business, do it efficiently, and do it in a way where you enjoy working with that carrier. Take a look at this award on this slide. That proves to you that F&G is ready for your business, and we're ready to take really good care of you. So with that, now you have a little bit of background to F&G, our market share in the industry. Go ahead, Lisa.
Hey, I was just gonna mention, I know I mentioned as far as service and like under business, um, you know, I'm getting a lot of, advisors, that are also asking me, what is their customer service like moving forward? Because I'm having this issue with this carrier, this issue with that carrier, and I can confidently tell them that FNG has the staff to back up servicing their clients and agents and IMOs appropriately. Best in the industry that I've experienced, especially in the last 2 or 3 months when everybody's rushing to, FIAs and MIGAs. So I'm living it. I'm working it every day. No joke. FNG has worked very hard to have their organization staffed appropriately to manage that volume. So I just wanted to add that to you.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. And for everyone tuning in, I did not have to bribe her to say that either. That is the experience working with us. And I can tell you this: when we made the changes to Safe Income Advantage, I'm sure you're not shocked to hear that applications doubled, tripled. I mean, that business, that faucet turned on hard. And we did not have any hiccups when it came to getting business issued, that it was business as usual. And that's really fun to be able to tell you that, being able to say, hey, not only are we competitive, but we're top of market and we're prepared to issue that business that you're sending us. We don't want your business sitting there for weeks and weeks and weeks before it's even reviewed. That's not fun for anyone. So if you're wanting that business issued, I'd say take a look at Fidelity and Guarantee, because we've definitely got you. So Lisa, thank you again for that. And feel free to interrupt me anytime to say great things. I am totally down for that. Okay, so I made the promise earlier that if you hear from myself or my senior internal wholesaler, David, we're going to make the best use of your time. And that's about that's about what I'm going to do right here, diving into Safe Income Advantage. I know I showed you the cells right out of the gate just to tell you when I said top of market, I mean it. We're not playing. So going into that product and how it works, we've got an awesome guaranteed roll-up story. So if you're wanting to know, okay, when I'm picturing Safe Income Advantage or the acronym SIA, to save a little time here, what are we taking a look at? And you've got two separate values. You've got your accumulation value, which is your cash value, and you also have your income base. You'll see here on this slide, I say this is where the magic happens, but your income base is where that guaranteed roll-up is happening. For that value to produce that guaranteed lifetime income for your clients. And so when it comes to the income base, how the magic happens, for me, I need to be able to share a really important message with you, a tagline for the product, and also how it works, for you to be able to share that same story with your clients. So if there's a tagline to this product, it's going to be double up, take a raise, and double up again. So again, if someone's going to ask you, Safe Income Advantage, how does it work? And you're like, double up, take a raise, double up again. And I'm going to walk through what this looks like for the first double up, that 7.2% compounding interest. What are we taking a look at here? And that's the guaranteed roll-up for Safe Income Advantage. So instead of potential income, potential growth, the SIA is actually going back to the days of yore where you've just got a simple compounding roll-up rate and lifetime payment percentages that are easy to understand. And the rule of 72 is this, and I'm sure most of you tuning in absolutely remember this, but for that compounding rate of 7.2%, If you let that defer for 10 years, your premium doubled. So if you put 500,000 into the Safe Income Advantage and your client deferred for 10 years, your income base is going to be worth $1 million. It's as simple as that. So 7.2% compounding for 10 years, your premium doubles. You can't get easier than that. So for the tagline, double up, take a raise and double up again, now you understand the first double up. That 7.2% compounding interest is the guaranteed rate on that income base. And if you let that thing cook for 10 years, you doubled up. So taking a raise, I think all of us would raise both of our hands if someone asked, would you like to have a raise? Well, sure. Well, your client also wants that. So thinking of, all right, I understand that the compounding interest rate is 7.2%, but how can my client take a raise? What options do they have for turning on that guaranteed lifetime income? Well, they actually have 3 different options on how they can take that payment. So the first one, which is simple, they can take a level payment. It's going to be guaranteed for their entire life, and it will never change. That's pretty great. All right, so a level payment, but we've got 2 options on how they could take a raise. The first one's going to be this. They can have a fixed increase on their lifetime payment amount. So if they wanted to, we will guarantee that lifetime payment amount will go up 3.5% each year until that cash value turns to 0. That's a long time to take a raise. And it's a guaranteed raise. They know that their lifetime payment amount will go up 3.5% each year. I think all of us would love a guaranteed raise every year, and you can get that with the Safe Income Advantage. The second way a client can take a raise would be our inflation-based increases. So we're actually going to base that upon the CPIU index. And if that goes up, we will increase the lifetime payment amount up to a maximum of 5% each year. And I'm sure all of you have heard of the CPIU, but that consumer price index is going to track that basket of goods and services that you see right here on your screen. And with that representing 93% of the US population, I mean, this is going to be accurate for inflation. And so again, when it comes to taking a raise for life, taking a raise on that lifetime payment amount, your client actually has 2 options on being able to do that. So when they're ready to turn on income, which by the way, they can do at any time, right after issue, or they could defer that 10 years. I mean, honestly, they could take it whenever they want to, but they've got 3 ways they can take that lifetime payment amount: level, or the 2 options for taking a raise, 3.5% guaranteed to increase on that LPA until the cash value turns to 0, or if they're taking a look at inflation, then that CPIU index, they can base their increase upon that until the cash value goes to 0. So the catchphrase, double up, take a raise. Now you understand, taking a raise, there's 2 options. So let's go ahead and close out the phrase, the catch line to Safe Income Advantage. Double up again. How in the world can you double up again when you have such a strong double up story on the 7.2% compounding for 10 years? Well, that would be if the client can't perform 2 out of 6 ADLs. So once that client turns on their lifetime payment amount, we are so unique here at Fidelity and Guarantee because we will double their payment if they can't perform 2 out of 6 ADLs. You guys, we're going to double it until the cash value turns to 0. You're not going to see that anywhere else. So when you're thinking about a product that is different than other things out there in the industry, and it's a great fit for your client, you're really not going to look anywhere else but Safe Income Advantage. And real quick, I wanted to give you
that. Yeah. So if you can go back to that screen, you know, a lot of carriers have, you know, everybody's kind of keeping up with the Joneses, and they're adding a multiplier is what I have to specifically word it as, because it's not a doubler. This is an actual doubler. You don't have to worry about, well, in year 1, it's going to be at 125%. In year 10, it's going to be 175% or any of that. It's not confusing at all. This is very simple. it is doubled your income. And then other big difference from the competition out there, particularly with this product, is that most of those products are only going to multiply and have that for 5 years. FNG does this doubler for the rest of the contract, until that account value hits a zero. So two big differences that FNG holds from the competition with FNG that I wanted to point out there.
Boom. Mic drop. That was such a mic drop moment. Yes, it's true. A lot of our competitors, they're like, hey, we'll double it for up to 5 years. And again, kind of doing my throwback phase that I said to the beginning. I'm like, hey, FNG's like, hold my corn and watch this in the Midwest. We'll actually double it until the cash value is zero. And Lisa, I hope that you use that for the rest of the week where you're like, hold my corn and watch this. So
I'm going to. This is now imprinted in my brain. Absolutely.
Yes, everyone tuning in, call Lisa this week, and she better say that to you, okay? She's prepared to do it. But again, taking a look at, the information I just shared with you, I'm a visual learner. That's why I love this slide, because you can truly see how we're going to utilize this with the double up, take a raise, and double up again. So the double up, that's represented in the yellow block. So what we're showing you is that a client at 50 years old purchased the Safe Income Advantage, and they deferred 10 years. So they let that 7.2% compounding interest double their premium. And then in year 11, they decided, hey, we're going to turn on guaranteed lifetime income. So they took a raise. The option that's represented here in purple is taking that raise option of 3.5% increase on their LPA each year until the cash value goes to zero. So you can see that steady incline of that client continuing to take a raise. Here's what's really cool though. On the double up again, that's represented in the green block. So you can see at 71 years old, that client could not perform 2 out of 6 ADLs, and we got that physician's letter in. At that point in time, we doubled their payment, and we doubled it until the cash value turned to zero. But if you actually take a look at the very right-hand side of this graph, notice that from them being impaired from 71, at age 90, that cash value still has not hit zero yet. So again, to Lisa's point, all of our competitors here, that green block would have been tiny because it only would have represented 5 years of a double payment, and then it would have reverted back. F&G doubled that payment for a long time, from age 71 to a little past 90 if this chart was extended. You guys, that's a big deal when you're thinking of, okay, what's going to be the best guaranteed lifetime income product for my client? Honestly, it's going to be Safe Income Advantage, not just because we're winning in guaranteed lifetime income, but because of what we can guarantee your client. No other product in the industry can do that. So you saw it in color, but the double up, take a raise and double up again, that is the tagline for the Safe Income Advantage.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, if you just do some of the math, that's an additional 12,000 a year on this. For an additional 5 years, that's 60 grand. That's 60 grand. And then Tiya, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but can you talk a little bit about the requirements to turn on that impairment rider?
Oh, sure.
Or am I jumping ahead?
Nope, you are just fine. So if you're, the double up, take a raise, double up again. So you're asking, how do they activate the double up again? So if your client can't perform 2 out of 6 ADLs, we need a physician's letter. And that physician's letter, it needs to be their primary physician. They only have to send it in one time. And that letter needs to state that the physician feels like this is, a permanent condition that they can't perform, the 2 out of 6 ADLs. We put that on file, and their lifetime payment amount is doubled until the cash value is zero. It's as simple as that.
Wow. Any pre-qualifying questions or anything like that? I do have advisors that ask that. So is there anything on the app, that they need to be aware of, when purchasing this product?
Yeah, so that is a great question. I would say on the application, I personally have not seen like any questions that you would normally see for life insurance or long-term care, because this isn't that. So there's not going to be any pre-qualifying questions on like pre-existing conditions or anything like that.
There you go, guys.
Yep. So, and also too, it's like when I, again, Lisa and I have done this, I can't tell you how many times. And normally when I close out my slides, something that I'm going to reflect back on is any questions that you have, my goodness, contact your IAMS family, because they're ready to go with all of this information on the products that I'm going to showcase today. And if that's something where you actually want to see what the application and the disclosure looks like, feel free to contact IAMS and they can forward that right over to you. So if that's something you want to look over, comb over, you absolutely can. I just don't have a visual of what that looks like on a slide. But know that that's right there at your fingertips, where, I would say still pay attention to the slides I'm showing. But, after I wrap up, absolutely email, text, call, carrier pigeon even, IAMS, and they're ready to get all this information out to you.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on for this slide and then kind of getting into the nuts and bolts that I'm going to quickly go over here. What I want to remind everyone on this call is everything that I just showcased on Safe Income Advantage. For anyone tuning in from the state of California, what's tough is that you're like, all right, well, what's my version? Because that's for likely the rest of the United States, but California, that's a tough state. And I'm thrilled to tell you that everything that I went over, it looks the exact same in the state of California. So if anyone wanted to do a slow inspirational clap or even stand up and say, heck yeah, now's the time. So everything that you just learned about Safe Income Advantage looks the exact same in the state of California. And for the nuts and bolts part of it, again, made the Scouts Honor promise of making the best use of your time. So I'm not going to go through this line by line, but what I do want to point out against our competitors, when it comes to a fixed indexed annuity with a living benefit, a lot of times you'll see that initial issue age is going to be 40 or 50 years old. And I'm happy to tell you for the SIA, for non-qualified business, that issues 0 to age 80. And for qualified monies, that's going to be issue age 18 to age 80. And I think that's really important, especially with knowing our double up story of letting that 10 years take advantage of that. Your premium will double on the income base. It's like if you've got any, like mid to late 40s, any clients in their 50s, and they've got like an old 401k somewhere, my goodness, roll that over and let's double it up, So the initial premium to start, a lot of living benefit products out there, it could be anywhere from $20 to $50 to $100,000 for initial premium. On the SIA, the minimum premium is $10,000, qualified or non-qualified. That's important. And so I wanted to make sure that I pointed that out to you for the Safe Income Advantage. And, again, kind of wrapping up here, not naming any competitors on this slide, but me showing you out of the gate, you're going to want to pay attention to Safe Income Advantage because we're winning across the board. If you were to run a quote on ARW, you're going to see the exact same thing. So when you think of our competitors and a couple products out there with a guaranteed roll-up, I'm sure you've taken a look at Athene's Ascent Pro, and I'm sure you've taken a look at American Equity's Income Shield. If you were to do a comparison, them against us for the Safe Income Advantage, you're going to see that the Safe Income Advantage wins every single time. So the three options or the three different scenarios that I ran here on the screen, it's going to be a 60-year-old deferring 5 years. It's going to be a 65-year-old deferring 5 years, Or what about a 70-year-old taking income immediate? You guys, I know the double up story, right, is the deferral for 10 years, but that might be initially what a client wants to do, but life changes, right? Life ebbs and flows, and you need a fixed indexed annuity that doesn't have a golden handcuff of only being able to turn on income after a 10-year wait. I mean, you need a product that can ebb and flow with your client, and Safe Income Advantage can. So you can turn on income immediately. You can defer however long you want to. And just know those cells that I showed you are represented on ARW. Any public calculator that we're on, you're going to see any scenario, we're going to win, and we're not going to win by a little bit. We're going to win by a lot. So I wanted to showcase the Safe Income Advantage, but you'll notice on the blast invite that Lisa had sent out on tuning into the webinar, not only did we want to talk about Safe Income Advantage, right? Because guaranteed lifetime income, that's a big story. I also wanted to finish off today's webinar by highlighting our Performance Pro. And then I'm going to then flip it over to Lisa after she does has a quick survey to pop up towards the end of this. But for our Performance Pro, I want to go ahead and highlight when it comes to using this as an accumulation play, we've got a great home for you. When you're thinking about, all right, I need a strong product, that's a great accumulation play, but I want a guaranteed bonus to the cash value. And any applicable bells and whistles, sure, I'll take those too. Okay, we've got a home for you. So when it comes to Performance Pro, and let's go ahead and do a comparison here. I'm sure you can probably guess what product I'm going up against. So I'll just go ahead and say it. So Performance Elite Plus, I'm sure that's a product that all of you are familiar with. You're looking for a bonus to a cash value. You understand there's a fee associated with it, and you're going to get some bells and whistles that go along with it. Well, our fee on Performance Pro, you guys, it's only 10 basis points. It's only 0.10%. So going up against a key competitor with a strong bonus to a cash value, our bonus is 15, theirs is 16. Our fee is only 0.10%. That's it. Their fee is 95 basis points, almost a full percent. You guys, we're like a tenth of that. Mm-hmm. Our fixed rate, it's going to be 3%. Theirs is 2.65. Our street comp, 7.5. So really wanted to highlight the difference here. That's the apples to apples comparison. The supplemental bells and whistles you get with them that you're paying that fee for, besides a bonus, it's going to be enhanced liquidity. For us, the bells and whistles that you get, it's actually an income rider with impairment protection. So again, if you're looking for a bonus to a cash value and you want a great accumulation play, you'd like some bells and whistles, I mean, we've got a home for you, and it's going to be represented right here. So in conclusion, when it comes to taking a look at our updated rates, remember MIGA, we're absolutely crushing. Our fixed indexed annuity rate increases that went also live this past Monday, those look absolutely incredible. And any information that you want on Safe Income Advantage to be able to tell that story to your clients, all of that information you can get from your IAMS family. So when this webinar wraps up, make sure that you immediately call and say, I want everything, and they're ready to send that over to you. So with that, Lisa, I wanted to go ahead and wrap this up. I know that you had another survey that you wanted to fire off, another poll.
Yeah.
And I'm so appreciative of the time, being able to be in front of everyone. And, you know, I'll go ahead and flip it back over to you.
Tia, you're awesome as always. You never disappoint, and I love the way you crack me up. So yeah, guys, I mean, this is take the Annuity Rate Watch challenge if you want. Give me a call. I mean, one thing, you know, I mean, me being an agent and walking a mile in your shoes in my previous life, you know, I believe in really providing the best products for the client. I want to make sure your clients are happy because I like to put my head down on my pillow at night, and that's, you know, that's just who I am. So I have no problem telling you what the top three are or whatnot, and F&G is coming up on the top. So, you know, hey Tia, on that 15% bonus, I know we've got a lot of, I just had a couple clients, that I was dealing with yesterday where the agent is it's a new agent and they've got themselves in a surrender period kind of situation. So would that 15% take like surrender charges of, 9, 8%, or can you touch a little bit on that real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So you would be correct. So kind of like industry standard verbiage here for that bonus, that is going to be a vested bonus to the client. So to the owner of the contract, that bonus will be vested. However, to the beneficiary, the bonus is immediately vested. That's pretty cool as a death
Mhm.
benefit. So again, to the owner of the contract, the bonus is vested over time, but to the primary beneficiary, that bonus is immediately vested. So like our QRG or our brochure goes over that vesting schedule if anyone wants to see that. Also, too, wanted to point out if you wanted to fire off another poll, Lisa, I would love to know how many people are going to hold their corn and watch this. I'm just saying.
Yes, yeah, yes. I love it. Yeah, so I've got some folks, voting. It looks like we have a really great attendee today. So I want to thank everybody for giving Tia and I some time out of your morning and hearing about these amazing products. Again, top MIGA rates, top payout factors for income for those clients looking to, have income down the road. They'll never stop. The options for income, Tia mentioned this is a product that provides your clients with options. Life does change. And it's important to be able to have a product that'll follow those changes or give your clients that flexibility. Accumulation. Let's just talk a little bit about the customer service and the processing times. Remember how we kind of went over, that and how FNG is fully staffed with talented folks to be able to manage that for you so that you and your client are serviced immediately. Accumulation, we've got very competitive products with FNG on that. Nice rates, nice fixed rates. I've got a lot of guys using more of a strategy on a FIA, utilizing a fixed rate this year, putting a little bit more into that allocation because of where the market is right now, and then having that flexibility to have competitive allocations for when this market bounces back. And I'd be happy to go over those options. David, her internal, is awesome as far as getting illustrations and kind of working on some casework and customizing an illustration to what fits your client's needs. We can do it all. So don't hesitate. Give me a call. I will be following up with everybody with product information on these that Tia was so kind to give us a 10,000-foot view on. I'm going to follow up with all of you here in the next couple days. And if you have any questions, reply to my email. Give me a call at the office. If I'm not available, ask for another annuity director. We have our 2-ring guarantee here at IAMS. You don't get voicemail, you get a live body. And that's what our service is all about. With that, Tia, I know we've got some other obligations for this morning. We're wrapping this up a little early, guys. So, Tia, thank you again so much. Always a pleasure working with you, and
Same.
look forward to seeing what our agents here, with IAMS and partnering with us, come to find out on these products with FNG and see that they're a good fit.
Perfect. We're ready to issue the business. Bring it
All
on.
right. Everybody have a great rest of the day. Hopefully you enjoy your trick-or-treating this weekend, or I guess that's on Monday. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.